A girl in Los Angeles, thriving for life. Los Angeles looks beautiful from a distance. Golden sunsets, tall palm trees, bright lights, and endless dreams. But for Emma, Los Angeles was not a movie scene. It was survival. Emma arrived in LA with one suitcase, a broken heart, and a dream she couldn't explain properly, not even to herself. She didn't come to become famous overnight. She came to live, to breathe, to prove that her life could be more than what she had escaped. She rented a tiny room in a shared apartment near Koreatown. The walls were thin, the noise never stopped, and the rent ate most of her savings. Every morning, she woke up to traffic sounds and sirens instead of birds. But she told herself, this is the sound of movement. This is the sound of opportunity. Emma worked 2 jobs. During the day, she was a barista in a crowded cafe. At night, she cleaned offices downtown. Her hands smelled like coffee and disinfectant. Her feet ached constantly. Some days, she barely spoke to anyone. But every night, she wrote. She wrote about loneliness. She wrote about fear. She wrote about hope. Sometimes she cried while writing, sometimes she laughed at her own memories. Writing was the only place where she felt free. Los Angeles tested her patience in cruel ways. Her car broke down when she couldn't afford repairs. Her phone service was disconnected once. She skipped meals and told herself she was fasting. Social media didn't help. Everyone else looked successful, happy, glowing. Emma compared her behind the scenes with other people's highlights and felt invisible. One night, after a long shift, she sat at a bus stop under a flickering streetlight. She looked at the city skyline and whispered, "Why am I here?" No answer came, but something inside her refused to quit. She started posting short videos online, simple reflections about life, struggle, and self-worth. No filters, no fancy edits. Just honesty. At first, only a few people watched. Then a few more. One comment said, "I feel less alone because of you." Emma cried that night, not from pain, but from purpose. She kept going. Days turned into months. Her audience grew slowly, quietly, organically. She wasn't viral, but she was real. Brands didn't rush in. Fame didn't knock, but confidence did. She learned something important. Thriving isn't loud. Thriving is showing up when no one is watching. Her content improved. Her voice grew stronger. She spoke about mental health, self-respect, starting over, and choosing yourself even when it's hard. 1 year later, Emma moved out of that tiny room. Not into luxury, but into peace. A small studio with sunlight and quiet mornings. She still struggled. She still doubted. But she was no longer surviving. She was thriving. One evening, she stood on a hill overlooking Los Angeles, watching the city glow. She realized the city hadn't changed. She had. Los Angeles didn't make her strong. It revealed her strength. And if she could thrive here, she could thrive anywhere. Sometimes thriving doesn't look like success. Sometimes it looks like not giving up. Key vocabulary words from the story with simple English meanings. 1. Thrive, to grow, succeed, or live well despite difficulties. 2. Survival, the act of continuing to live through hard conditions. 3. Loneliness, the feeling of being alone or disconnected from others. 4. Patience, the ability to stay calm while waiting or facing difficulties. 5. Invisible, feeling unnoticed or ignored by others. 6. Purpose, a reason for doing something, meaning in life.